Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Ford Raptor, and we're going to talk about whether or not now is the time to buy a Raptor. Before we get in this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Kengar Ford here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this Raptor. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions, just ask for Kellen. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 450 horsepower and then 510 pound-feet of torque, with fuel economy being 15 around town and then 18 on the highway. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, this is where you guys can see this one's finished in azure gray, which is probably my favorite color on the Raptor currently. And of course, you've got the Raptor logo there on the power dome, I think is what they call it. And then down below, you guys can see the orange, well, they were orange a second. There we go. Now again, with the daytime lights, you got the marker lights as well. Ford logo there, front and center. And then you guys can see the fog lights off to either side. And we've got some skid plate protection underneath. With this version of the Raptor, ground clearance is right around 12 inches. And putting it all together in azure gray, it just looks so cool. Now around the side here, we've got 35s wrapped around 17-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see the wheels are beadlock capable on this particular one. Definitely has a cool off-roader appearance because of that. And notice the coloration of the wheels actually matches the fender flares. Now I've got the venting here on the side of the Raptor, and then you guys can see mirror caps, door handles, all that are body painted. And then we've got the Raptor style side steps. And then this particular one has no decals or anything, so clean slate. And in the very back, you guys can see the live valve Fox shocks. And here's your full side view with the Raptor. Very level stance front to rear, which looks great. Taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function, remote start, the drop down for the tailgate, and then the Raptor logo there on the back. Popping into the bed of this Raptor, this particular one doesn't have bed liner, but it is an option that you can get. This one has the rulers in the back as well as the tailgate step. Also have some outlet action here, and then you guys can see here with the LED lights. And this is the only bed length that you can get with the Raptor, for those of you wondering. And then this, of course, is automatic to raise, which is kind of fancy. Got the cool LED taillights here, as you can see, and then you guys can see the marker light there on the back, and then giant Ford logo here with the Raptor logo. Parking sensors here on the off-road style bumper, and then look how crazy those exhaust tips are. So putting it all together, I mean, when it comes to looks, I think the Raptor looks great, especially in this color. Now popping inside, it's soft touch here, and then also down below where you rest your arm, you got some cup holder action, and then you can see just some darker trim right there, and then speaker for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. And then here are these seats. You can see perforated all down the center portion. I like the things there on the side of the seats too. And then we do have some under-seat storage, and then tons of storage there in front. Legroom back here is really good. Got a little storage pocket. Got some cup holder action, heated seats down below, some vents, all of that fun stuff. And then headroom back here, it's good. And now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see, again, with the soft touch trim, we've got all of our window controls. Front two are automatic. Get your mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. Memory seats, blind spot mirroring with the mirrors, and then another speaker for that Bang & Olufsen sound system. And then payload on this is, wow, 1,192 pounds. Speaker there on the headrest, and then Raptor logo down below, perforated all down the center of the seat. Power adjustments there on the side. And then you got your pedal layout here, parking brake, light control as well. Got the mirror lights, tailgate drop down, and the steering wheel is power adjustable. So here's a quick look at the steering wheel. Got the marker there at the top. Paddle shifters here on the back for the 10-speed. You got your steering adjustment, suspension adjustment, exhaust adjustment. That is for your R mode, which is your custom mode. You got stuff like adaptive cruise control as well. And then it'll stock there in the back. And then here's the gauge cluster itself. You guys can see fully digital. We can obviously scroll through different menus to see different bits of info on the truck. And then we've got a bunch of different drive modes. The coolest one that comes with the Raptor, of course, is the Baja mode. But yeah, pretty cool looking setup. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines there, and then you guys can see you got the bird's eye view as well, because this does have a 360 camera system, even has a bed view as well. So great camera system overall, great resolution as well. And then before we dive into the infotainment system, just up above, if we zoom in, got your auto stop start, that's for the camera, parking assist, hazard lights, stability control, and then your off-road cruise control. And then as for the infotainment system, it's Ford's larger unit. Responds pretty well, as you can see. So easy to use overall, and then notice again the Pro Power on board, and you got the trail turn assist too. We also have the Pro trailer brake controls, and then you can see our driveline select. So we've got 4-wheel high as well as 4-wheel auto and 4-wheel low. Locking differential in the rear. Active braking system for the front, no more torsion. And then you guys can see here with the analog radio controls, dual zone climate, heated and cooled seats, and wireless phone charging pad action down below. And then this trim right here is just darker. It's like a gray color. And then you got the fold down shifter there, some cup holder action. This one has the workbench center console. Nice padding here on the top, by the way. And yeah, plenty of storage. And then you guys can see the soft touch here on the dash, which is pretty nice. And then you got the double glove box situation. Pretty cool. And then you can see again with the gray trim right there. And then we do have a power sliding window in the back. And then we've got a panoramic sunroof. Now here's a quick look at the window sticker for this Raptor. You guys can see that Azure Gray is almost 800 bucks for the option. But you know, relatively loaded up, 35 package Raptor. 84,575 is the total MSRP in this particular one. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors do a blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And Raptor away. So obviously the 2024 Raptor is going to be out probably sometime later this year, like not at dealerships, but you know, fully like officially announced. Obviously there's been the spy photos and everything, but and then I'm guessing, you know, it'll be available, judging by the time scales of what Ford's doing, probably be available next year. That's at least my guess. But I wanted to do an updated review because I've noticed that there are actually Raptors available now. And this isn't just like an isolated case where it's like, oh yeah, one dealership has some Raptors. It's across the board. Like, not every single Ford dealer has a Raptors available, but like a lot of Ford dealers have Raptors that are available for sale. So, and also, by the way, look at the color on that GT500. So cool. So I figured this video, it'd be a good time to make this video and, you know, talking about whether or not this is the best time to purchase a Raptor. Now, first off, this Raptor that I picked out for the review, I feel like is probably an example of what most people would want in a Raptor. It's got a cool color on the outside. It's got the, you know, normal interior, which I think is a good interior because you got these nice comfortable leather seats. It's got all the options, 360 camera system, heated cooled seats. You know, it's loaded up. So it's kind of the one that everyone would want to go for. And it's 35 package over 37, because 37 package, I've said this time and time again, as cool as it is, it makes more sense to go with 35s. You get better fuel economy, it's less money, easier to find, and it's the only difference with the only benefit you get with 37s is that you've got more off-road capability. But if you don't take your Raptor off-road, it doesn't make sense. Now, I just drove a Bronco Raptor yesterday, and man, the longer wheelbase of the F-150 makes this more comfortable than the Bronco Raptor. The Bronco Raptor is not uncomfortable, but this is like on a whole nother level. This is so luxurious with how it rides. It's really cool. Gotta love that trombone exhaust. It has such a cool sound to it. And yeah, I mean, this thing it drives so well. It's super comfortable for a big pickup truck. I almost said pickup truck. I don't know why I said that, but anyways, for a big pickup truck, it handles pretty dang well for how heavy it is. And the biggest thing is it's just comfortable. So I guess to answer the question, 24 is most likely going to be a facelift, right? That's what it looks like. New lights, you know, maybe some interior tweaks, but not much. So for the Raptor, I think that getting this one, while the availability is better, I think this is the time to buy, because with improved availability, that means you don't have to wait. And you know, that's going to help out with pricing, right? Because if there's no Raptors available, then you know, dealers can charge whatever they want for them. But if there are some more, you know, there's some Raptors available, that is going to, you know, naturally supply and demand, right? That's going to bring the prices down a bit, which means that you'll get a better deal now rather than later. And then on top of that, Ford has increased the price of any of their product that sells well by a massive amount recently. So the new Raptor, right, the new refreshed Raptor is surely going to have a pretty big price increase because Ford knows that people will pay it. So I think that's another benefit to buying a Raptor now is, like, the MSRP on this is surely going to be less, and probably significantly less than the 24 Raptor. So let me know your thoughts on that. But that's kind of my thoughts. Is I think that, you know, this is the third model year in the Gen 3 world, and so they've had some time to work some stuff out at this point. And the pricing on this, although higher than the, you know, initial pricing on the Gen 3, is surely going to be less than the Raptors coming out in the future. Let me know your thoughts.